Hi crafty friends, it's Audra Monk the Crafty Yogi and welcome to the Crafty Corner. And today I'm showing you how to make a cute little easel calendar. It'll stand up and you could just do it just like the card like this, but I am going to show you how to make a little piece that we will glue inside, which will make it be more stable. Okay, so this features things I don't know what they're called. They're brand new. Here we go. This features the Butterfly Gala stamp set with the coordinating punch and the free designer series paper that we can get starting on, I think it's January 3rd or 4th, something like that, with the celebration specials. So, you know I love some DSP, and isn't this the prettiest stuff ever? It's beautiful. It is way prettier than the picture. You are going to want to place an order of $50 or more so that you can get this paper, whether you love butterflies or not, because the back sides are beautiful. Lots of beautiful black and white. So let's get started. All right, so you need some paper. Oh, and then the cool thing about this is, I should tell you this, is, well, I'll tell you in a second. All right, so you need some paper. Let's start with paper. And your scoreboard. You need to cut a piece of paper in half the long way. So that is at 4 1/4, and then it's 11 by default. And we are going to score this halfway at 5 1/2. Okay, then you need a piece. Where are those pieces? Oh, here we go. Then you need a piece of paper, and I usually do this in the same color as whatever my base is. This is 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, and you are going to score it at a half. I think I wrote down 1/4 on my paper. Okay, so you're going to score it at a half. Did I get it in the line? Okay. And then also, so then at 3. And then you're going to score it halfway, which is at 1 3/4. Okay, we'll come back to that. So those were your pieces that would need to be scored. All right, so we're going to assemble this. Fold that in half. You can use your bone folder to give it a little bit more. Attach your back piece. And if I'd cut this differently, you could have had the choice, but I messed up and I wasn't paying attention. I'm making these, well, we're going to make them tonight at my team meeting for those on my team that could come to our get-together tonight. And those that can't come, I am going to send them one in the mail, along with their other team goodies. We're also going to make a card, and I got a little present with my flex points for them. So if you're ever interested in joining a Stampin' Up team, I would love for you to consider me. Make sure this fits. Hold on, because I did cut paper a couple different sizes. Okay, so to make the best, if you're going to make a lot of these, this piece is 3 by 4, so you can get a whole bunch out of a piece of DSP. And then the black piece is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. I'm going to go butterflies up this time. So anyway, we're having a great joining special coming up in January. You can also join now if you really want to get this new stuff on its way. But, you know, I'm thinking you can wait till January 3rd or 4th or whenever it starts, because you're going to get an extra $50 of free stuff. How cool is that? Normally you get $25 worth of free stuff when you join. You're going to get $75. Super cool. And I'm always happy to have hobbyists, people who just want a discount, as well as those that want to build a business. Okay, the calendar. All right, and so I got to tell you, these calendars, a couple years ago, I got them on Amazon, and then they didn't have them, and then I found this Tailored Expressions. I'm pretty sure I saw it on a demo group, and that's where I've got them from last year and this year, because Amazon still hasn't had them, but I'm pretty sure she sold out. So if you're super smart, you probably have a way you could make this on your computer and print it out and cut them down and glue them. Hold on, I can't talk as I put this part on. So put the calendar on close to the bottom. I'm going to leave a teeny tiny strip of DSP. Otherwise, you're going to have to look around, because I know there's got to be other places out there. I just haven't had time to find an alternative source. You could check Tailored Expressions first and see if she does have them on there. But I know a lot of us demos were buying them. A bunch of people on my team bought them. Friends bought them. So, you know, they only made so many. You know, I'm going to put more. So, and if you're doing snail on this, I would make sure, and I would snail a lot, because this is going to hang up here for a whole year. So you don't want someone's gift or your own gift to fall apart on them. So use our Tombow adhesive. If you have a fast fuse, we don't sell them anymore. We have the refills still, I think, in the clearance rack. And you can decide, see, I'm talking so much. You can decide how to put this. I'm going to put it lower, because when I do the printed one, I'm going to put it here. And it's fun because you can use the little patterns on the paper to help you. Okay, so you could just do it like that. That's really pretty, and that's totally fine. But you know what? You spent the money on that butterfly stamp. Why not use it? So you need a little piece of paper, some Memento ink, and I am going to color this for you because all the pre-colored ones are stuck on, and I want you to just get an idea of how long it takes. So on the black ink, I'm not pressing hard, but I am giving a little wiggle. Don't wiggle on our regular colored ink pads, whether they're the old style or the new, because you might tear them. And you're going to stamp this towards the bottom. Just nice and even, and then I'm going to peel it off. Looks like so I probably need to re-ink my ink pad, so I'll re-ink it before class tonight. Okay, so give this a second. Oh, you know what I'll do while I give that a second to dry? Let's build our base. Okay, so you want to fold this in half on that score line with your bone folder. Okay, so that goes one way. And then you want to fold the other ends the opposite way. Okay, so those go the opposite way, because that is going to go in like that to hold your frame together. And I will use glue on here. I'm not going to use fast fuse. You could do tear tape, but that's really hard to get lined up. You just need a line of glue. Ah! I don't know if I can hold on to it on both sides. Okay, and then you're going to open your piece, and I really should have I don't have a silicone mat. Okay, I would suggest put a silicone mat down if you have one, and they're a great little thing. Like if you're making your order get to 50 and you need a little bit, I would suggest one because they keep your work surface clean. Okay, so you're going to push that down, and then I'm going to push that down with my fingernail, which I'm getting ready to cut, so I might have been in trouble. And then push that down. And then you can pick it up and make sure that it fits. Oh, and I did well. I did well. So give that a little squish and see how it makes that cool little thing. And then it will fold up and fit in an envelope, although I would recommend 2 stamps if you're mailing it. So it would make a great, fun birthday gift, or just, thinking of you, or a Christmas gift. I'm going to give one to all of my family members. Okay, so that's going to dry a little bit, and now let's color. All right, I don't know if I can color standing up, but I'm going to give it a go. So if my head gets in there, it's okay. So I'm just using 2 colors. Sometimes you got to keep things simple. I'm going to use Daffodil Delight and Highland Heather. And there's no right or wrong way. I am not an expert on this. I just think it's fun. So I'm going to do the little butterfly, and I'm actually not even going to shade in the yellow. I'm just going to do the darker daffodil yellow. And I'm using the marker tip, but you could go the other way if that works for you. Okay, and then my big butterfly, I'm going to do the yellow, this dark yellow, in these end bits. Yeah. Yep, I was just looking at, I'll show you all the ones I've done so far at the end, and I have done them in all different ways. So I think coloring is actually soothing. So you could, of course, fast forward to the next part, or you know what, color it with me, and we'll just have a little fun together. Okay, so that's my fancy yellow. I didn't even use both colors. I'm fine with that. And then I think I'm going to go, you know what, I'm going to go light in the middle of my little butterfly. So I just did a little, and while it's still wet, I'm going to open my dark, and I'm going to start at the light part, and I'm going to color that out. Don't worry, I'm going to go back and get that, but I want to do this while it's still kind of light because it helps it blend together a little bit. And then I'm going to carefully here and color that. There we go. Okay, and then just for fun, I'm going to do the reverse on the big butterfly. So I'm going to give him or her, I don't know, dark in the center. And I'm just kind of putting some random little feelers out there. Again, I say this, I'm really not an expert. I'm just liking, I have fun with the coloring. And I don't let it stress me out. And I think that is kind of important about our crafting. Because if you get all stressed in your de-stress activity, how fun can that be? Although usually once we've done it to our satisfaction, aren't we super excited and not stressed, hopefully? Cool, so I'm gonna fill that in, and you can always go back over it and make sure you have grid paper like I do under here, because it will sink through, and sometimes you can get some cool techniques with that. Okay, let me do the other side, so we're almost done. So I wanna say this will take 15 minutes or less. I mean, of course, you'd have to cut your paper, but once you get going, so you could make these in 15 minutes. And I think 15 minutes for a person, for a gift, is pretty darn quick. And you could get as elaborate as you want with this basic design. It's just pretty much like a card front with a calendar on it. So, of course, you could just make this into a card and change it a little bit. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so let's punch it out. And, oh, I'm going to tell you something. Strangely, I like stamping the, I don't know what it is, the body of them after I punched it. I've tried it both ways, and I did like that better. So another tip, make sure your paper's long enough that you can hold on to it. And then get it in your punch. All right, I'll angle it toward the camera, not towards me. Usually I do, I angle it toward me. And this will punch both butterflies at the same time. Okay, I got it all in there, and then I'm gonna punch them out. All right, so then I take my two butterflies. You could leave the body off, but I do kind of like it. You know, I'm gonna see if my other black is darker. I don't know which one's been re-inked recently. And the body is slightly wider at the bottom, so I think that's supposed to go at the bottom, but I'm also not a butterfly expert. I'm not really an expert in anything. I just have a good time. Okay. And that looks about the same. And I just found that it was actually easier. Now, you could use your Stamparatus. If you were making a lot of these, you might line that up and go crazy with being stamp the butterflies, stamp the bodies, and do that. You could totally do it. I think it's a great use of the Stamparatus. Okay, so as I said, that looks pretty like that. Bone folder. I'm going to give my butterflies a little lift, a little bit of lift. And then I'm going to give my little guy one. Okay, and then all we got to do is attach these. So I'm going to go a mini dimensional on the little guy and a regular dimensional on the big one. You could do little bits. That'll work too. And then I'm going to peel those off. And look at this. We are almost done. Okay, and you can do them anywhere you want. If you left the butterfly side up, you might let that help you decide where to put your butterflies because you have the print. If you're doing the black and white, you can put them anywhere you want. It won't matter. Okay, so let's take a look right now because I have a few team members, a couple that live out of state and a couple that can't come. So I'm making theirs for them, so I thought, why not make a video? They don't know which one they're getting. I have no idea which one they're getting. I'm just going to put them in the packages for them. And there we go. So, oh, I should lay it like this, shouldn't I? It's fun to alternate. There we go. So there is how to make an easel calendar and a little preview of some coming products. This is Butterfly Gala and the matching punch. If you need an occasions catalog and a celebration brochure and you don't already have a demonstrator, let me know and I will send you one. If you want to join my team, let me know that and I will welcome you with open arms and cute little projects. Questions, comments, requests, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're watching. Thank you so very much and stay crafty.